into the workforce as they go on. Just a thought.
Great. And then we'll move to actually, why don't you conclude, and then we'll move to director's question real quick.
Well, the only thing I had is way different than what you
Okay. All right. So
go ahead.
Yeah.
I just, Luisa Santa Maria for the record, wondering, what do you think is the training that this FFA group needs in order of food safety?
Do you want to touch on that a little bit? I mean, just having that FSMA training, it's a day long, really, to have that. I mean, it's not really going to give them the hands-on when they actually meet with these FDA inspectors and go through a 2-day long audit, but just even helping them get a GSFI certification, HACCP certification, all of those are expensive. I mean, HACCP is about $500 and you have to take it every 5 years, but if even an instructor that was certified can come in, and help them get certified where it wasn't really costing outside of the instructor's salary or pay for that, but it would be helpful for these mom and pop shops or farmers that they can come in and have them. They could internship, mentorship, but still make money on this and that, and then gain that experience. But there is, in food safety, you have to have certifications for certain audits, or you basically don't qualify to pass them. So.
Right, because HACCP is a different thing. So food safety, we're talking about product safety.
HACCP is part of food safety. You have to have it for your Primus GFS. So
right.
that's still it. And so they also, like for Global Gap, they would like you to have a GSFI training, but you don't have to.
Right.
But yeah, if you want to do a Primus, which is on, a lot of that is your facility. We don't do a field one. That's Global Gap covers our field coverage.
Right.
But our facility where we do our fresh pack watermelons, you have to be HACCP certified. And even if you're going to go into these food processing plants, HACCP is very, it's a requirement. You have to have it because your controlled hazard and your control points in there are going to be way more than, say, like what she has or what we have. So, but just to have that where they can have it and have that experience. So when they are having these larger, like I would say RDO, 3 Mile, Lamb Weston, Simplot, Oregon Potato Company, like those kinds of places, they have that experience and they have that under their belt where they can work with it, but also it would help out these smaller farmers where they can still afford a food safety person that's going to help them out and do all that documentation and trainings and be able to handle these audits. So, but also it would prepare these young kids to go on to a more full-time career job, because food safety now is becoming a path where if you go in and, do quality assurance in a processing plant, you're going to be able to move up into those plant managers, into that corporation, so it is a huge step. Food safety has been my personal foot into agriculture and staying in. And so I just see like the need for it. And I think it would be a great program to continue on with that.
All right.
Great. Do you want to conclude unless?
I can if you have time. But
sure. Let's just a few more minutes and we're good.
Just a couple minutes.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard, but Indonesia now is having some kind of a tiff with the United States, and this is what the story, I don't know this might be the real reason, but we wouldn't buy their cocoa, their chocolate, so they won't buy our apples. And so it's really, for the state of Washington, it's hundreds and hundreds of containers. But for us, it's about 20 containers a year. They take all of our little Red Delicious, and Red Delicious, they don't sell in the United States very well, but Indonesia loves them, except the government now will not let them bring them in from anywhere in Washington or Oregon. Have you heard that before?
No.
Well, anyway, now you have, and we're hoping that maybe you could use some information and find out if there's anything we can do, because that is going to make a huge difference in our business, because we grow a lot of Red Delicious for export, and because they really travel well, they do well, our customers like them. But anyway,
I think
we might have a contact.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Why are there chocolate?
I don't know. I was not aware of it. Non-tariff trade barriers, I think, are always an issue for agriculture across the U.S. I will be attending the National Association of State Departments of Agriculture meeting later this month, and we'll have opportunity, and I can visit with APHIS officials there and see if we can track some of it down, and we also have marketing staff that can do a little bit of research into it for us as well, and circle back with you around it. But non-tariff trade barriers, you're right. It's nothing new, but they are a challenge.
Yeah. And what happens to all the apples, like in the state of Washington, when they take, I bet you they do 1,000 loads to Indonesia. Indonesia has a lot of people that like Red Delicious. But what are they going to do with those apples if they can't go there? And so, you know, some of these little things turn into really big things. So that's all I had.
Well, I just want to say thank the two of you for taking the time here to be with us, and we still will feed you if you'd like to grab a sandwich. But you know, this has been just a great opportunity for us to be here in Hermiston and just have a chance to meet up close and personal last night at the reception and here today during the panel. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so for logistics, make sure I get this right. It is now 11:36, and we need to leave here by
noon, but we need to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, well, we'll adjourn. I just wanted to let people know, adjourn the meeting. We'll definitely adjourn until tomorrow morning, but we need to be out of here by noon. So if you do want to munch your sandwiches before we go or take, that's fine. And I think we're going to be kind of coordinating carpooling and stuff. So the meeting is adjourned till Eric.
Real quick, Eric Orem, if you haven't grabbed your ticket from me, make sure you do. That way, if we get separated in rigs, you can just go in as needed. So.
Okay, and I think we're all going to be able to carpool it together with different vehicles. So again, thank you, and meeting adjourned till tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. And can we leave our stuff here?
Carla says yes.